Hello, welcome to another video of What Would Adam Do? And today I'm going to show you how to fill a hole in a hollow core door, because this is what I did. I did it by accident yesterday. Can you believe it? So if some of you make a mistake like I did and accidentally put a hole through a hollow core door, you might ask yourself, how should I fill this hole? What would Adam do? And so I'm here to tell you. I'm going to use this product by DAP, which is headquartered in my beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. It's a low expansion spray foam that I'm going to spray into the hole and let it expand a little bit, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. And the first thing you do is shake it for about a minute. So the tools needed, you always want to wear gloves because you do not want this stuff on your skin at all. You want a little soap and something smooth like a block of wood that I'm going to use, and you're going to fill your hole up right here. And these cans come with a little nozzle that you screw on like this, and it has a straw which is taped to the side. It's good tape. Take your tape off, stick this onto the nozzle, make sure it's firm. Do not get this stuff on your skin. I should be wearing a glove right now. How about that? Why don't I do that? Here are my gloves. I'm going to put them on. These are a little smaller than I like. And I'm going to take a little soap, put it on this block of wood. I don't know if you can see it. Put some right here because the stuff doesn't bond to soap and water. So I'm going to make that larger than the hole. Shake it up a little bit more. When you do this stuff, you want to do it with this facing upside down. And always wear some glasses or safety goggles. I have my glasses on and gloves on. And you want to shake it up, put it inside the hole, and do it just a little bit. Less is always more. And that is enough. Let's see how that expands. And we are going to, don't get this stuff on you. It's hard to get. I'll put a little bit too much of that. I'm going to take this little piece of wood, get the excess off, because it's going to expand more. I'm going to, ooh, Lord, it's dripping on the table, on the door. And maybe put a little bit more in there. Whoa, that's way too much. This is actually my first time doing this. I read about this. I'm going to put this block of wood on top of this, and it stinks. And I'm going to put something heavy like a hammer on it. And I'm going to get this off the wood. This stuff is hard to get off, so do not get it on your skin. Don't do that. Take a little rag. Always keep a rag handy and wipe this stuff off because it's not friendly. So what I'm doing is I traded the hammer for a little half a gallon of paint, which weighs a little more, to press down on this so it expands this way instead of pushing up. And when I take this off, I'm going to knock it this way and not lift it up because I don't want to lift that foam up. Anyway, I'm going to let this sit for a good while and then come back. I'm not going to sand it or spackle it or bondo it for about another 4 hours. It takes about that long. So I'll be back. All right, I'm back. This is a few hours later, and this foam, this low expansion foam, has came up past the surface of what we're trying to paint. So I'm going to take a single edge razor and just cut it flat as I can. It's going to be a little difficult, but you can cut this stuff and get it sort of flat so you can maybe sand it down. And I'm going to get a different tool so I don't cut myself. Nothing like the right tool for the job. All right, we're back. We're going to try to scrape this off the best that we can, in little bits and pieces at a time. You don't want to go too far down because you could get it too low and you'd have to do more Bondo or spackle. I think in this case we're going to do Bondo, because Bondo is really, it dries really hard and you can sand it and you can paint it. You cannot stain it. And look at that. That looks pretty flush. I'm going to tighten it up with a smaller razor. These are hard to hold. And here you have it. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to use Bondo with this and not spackle, because it's kind of a little bit soft. You just want it to hold the Bondo into place. And here's the end result of me razor blading off the excess foam expansion and sanding down the woodwork around it. You always want to sand around before you Bondo, and this is what we're going to use. We're going to use Bondo and add some hardener cream to it and apply it with a putty knife. All right, we're going to open up the Bondo. Ooh, this stuff is strong. This stuff will get you high, and you want to work with it quick because this stuff is strong, strong, strong. It's not what you would call a good high, whatever that is. It's one of those sick, nauseous high. With about this amount, you want to put just a little bit of hardener in it, not too much. And I think that should be enough right there. That's more than enough. Mix it up like this till it's kind of like a rosy, dusty pink. And this stuff is very strong smelling. Luckily it's spring and I have the windows open so I can get some fresh air, because this stuff is strong and it is toxic, and you want to do this in a well-ventilated area. So right here where I'm patching the hole, I want to take my putty knife, put the Bondo on it. Since the foam is kind of expansive, I want to push down on it so it can get in there really good. Smooth it out a little bit and go both ways. And it's not like mud or gypsum or spackle. It's kind of difficult to work with, but once you get the hang of it, I don't work with it often, but I do know what I'm doing. And there you go. And I'm going to let this dry for a good while until it is rock solid hard. You always want to go outside of the perimeter of where your damage is, of where your hole is. Take a little bit more, get it in there. Whoo, this stuff is strong, baby. It is strong, strong, strong. Try to make it as smooth as you can make sure there's no divots, because that will only have to come out. Here's some debris. I'm going to dig this out real quick and wipe it off of my garbage box and smooth it out. Smooth it out. You want it to be higher than the level of your hole. Oh Jesus, this is strong. Pretty soon I'm going to start seeing things. Hopefully not. I don't think I will. But I like to use, with Bondo, I like to use 400 grit sandpaper. And I bought a single sheet just for this because I don't usually have 400 grit. Okay, the Bondo is dry and I just sanded it down with first 220 and then some 320 and finally some 400 grit sandpaper. And this is how it should look like. There's two little divots right here that I don't like, so I'm going to prime this whole area and let the primer dry and do a spackle coat over that and sand that. Alright, so here's the finished door that I messed up, that I fixed the hole in, and you cannot see a thing. It's right in that area there. Let me get out of the shadow, and you can't see it. It looks perfectly good, and they have been installed, and this is what the doors look like now. So this video, click like and subscribe. I hope that you do. Welcome to another improvement video from What Would Adam Do. Take care.